Last week was my birthday, and I don't want to say I missed a lot, but a lot has happened. As you all know, there's a three-part saga to the Matt Sluka UNLV story. I'm going to go through those very quickly because what I want to focus on are the solutions, not speculation, not clickbait, but solutions that can actually help athletic departments and administrators. So the saga. Matt Sluka has an NIL dispute. He wants $100,000. He had a non-written or verbal agreement. It was a lot of back and forth confrontation. The $3,000 he got from transferring from Holy Cross was effectively what was mandated in place, what he received. Part two, Derek Stevens, CEO, Casino Mogul, basically wanted to publicly offer, hey, I can make this up for you. UNLV rejected. They are no longer in conversations with Matt Sluka. So he steps up. There's no opportunity. That goes aside. Part three, next man up. UNLV dominates Fresno State. They move into the top 25. So now you have a question mark around, was Matt Sluka even worth the $100,000? Was this whole fiasco something that should have been given the attention? UNLV obviously benefited from the PR, et cetera, but it was ultimately a distraction. So I want to give three solutions as to how you can benefit and not have these distractions at your athletic department. So one solution. First, create an NIL standard operating procedures. Every school we talk to, there needs to be a person that is clearly identified as the person that you go to speak to if you have questions about NIL, but also if you're at the collective, if you're the person that is signing on the dotted line, who represents the collective? Who are the people in positions of power that are decision makers that can help minimize the distractions, be very black and white about if you want money, if you have questions, if you have inquiries around NIL, these are the people you go to. So that standard NIL operating procedures or the NIL handbook, the guide, the thing you use to help be very efficient in your process is something that needs to be established at all athletic departments. Because I'll tell you, there are collectives that have not paid athletes. There are collectives that pay athletes right before the transfer portal opens. There are so many different versions of NIL. There are athletes that go to administrators, coaches, anybody in the athletic department and say, hey, can I get some NILs? That is not going to help when you get a transfer, when you get a first year, if you don't establish what is normal. Part two, educate the entire ecosystem. When we talk about education, our NIL Academy offers a course called Contracts. That course could have alleviated a lot of the challenges we saw in this past week. We saw that the NIL agent, the parents, everybody said, hey, there was a verbal acknowledgement. There was this, there was that. Coaches are recruiting. They are salespeople. They are effectively trying to bring in the best talent. So when you get technical, did this person say this? Did this person say that? Our course focuses on the main components of contracts, but also always asking the question, can you give it to me in writing? Can you provide it in writing? Whether it's a DM, whether it's an email, whether it's a text, can you provide this in a PDF format so that I can review it with my team, go through my process? An educated ecosystem provides more accountability and less distractions. Solution number three. Now, this is one that's going to change everybody's mind. It's going to blow everything up because schools already have a athlete agent registry, right? But what we're trying to say is elevate that. Instead of just having an athlete agent registry that says who you are, what you do, et cetera, have something that is actually on a technology platform that does ongoing monitoring and provide due diligence screens of the individuals that are providing you information. So when we say elevated, ANSBC or Athlete National Sports Business Clearinghouse is a platform that takes the information that you are already collecting and then puts it out into an AI due diligence tool, provides a conclusion of that data, acknowledges this if this information is true or not, and then also provides ongoing monitoring so that you can monitor for reputational risk, you can monitor for tax situations, you can monitor for all these types of due diligence vetting processes that otherwise is stale and stagnant. And why is that important? Well, one, it enhances the protection of your athletes in your athletic department. Two, it gives you a tool that is actively used and actually working versus just a check at the beginning of a period, whether that's a year, 2 years, however long the term is. And then three, it also, through ANSBC, provides the agent or NIL professional or whatever this third party role is, the acknowledgement of the transparency and the accountability that is going to be expected upon this relationship. But additionally, it provides courses. So when I talked about that NIL course that really focused on contracts, you get that same course to that agent. Now they know the expectations that the student athlete should be approaching them with. So we're all on the same page.